14 Reasons Xanadu is one of the weirdest movies ever. The roller disco musical Xanadu wasn't exactly a box office flop. The film is so downright bizarre, it developed a cult following. The transforming Universal logo. The plane circles the floating Universal logo at the film's opening before transforming into a more modernized plane, and then finally a flying saucer. The morning clarinet solo. The film opens to a scene of a man playing clarinet on the beach as he watches the sun rise. And since the sun rises in the opposite direction, he should be watching the sun set, not rise. Magic paper brings a mural to life. The bits of paper our protagonist flings out the window fly across the city, finally coming to a stop in front of a mural of Greek muses. As the light seemingly drains out of the paper scraps, the muses are one by one surrounded by a neon glow and burst into dance. Most of the movie is scored by ELO. The progressive-style disco of ELO will be a constant throughout the movie. The transforming muses. After their musical number, the muses transform into streaks of light and fly across the strangely empty Los Angeles landscape. Gene Kelly. We're treated to more clarinet on the beach later on, but this time the player is none other than Gene Kelly. Drop me off at the abandoned theater. Our rollerblading hero Sonny later hitches a ride on the back of a van before stopping off at an old theater. His muse Kira, who is played by Olivia Newton-John, uses this abandoned theater to practice her skating, and the two have a brief conversation where Kira tries her best to seem mysterious. The scene transitions. The editing department relies on a technique referred to as the slip wipe, where the new scene slides into view in a series of thin panels. The recording studio. After meeting up with Kira again, Sonny offers to take her to the music studio. It's a giant warehouse full of props where the two end up in a roller disco musical fantasy. Time for a collaborative hallucination. One of the film's musical numbers takes place within Kira's and Sonny's imaginations. The pair imagine a jazz club, futuristic prog punk, and finally imagine the top 10 hit, She's a Beauty, into existence. The birth of Xanadu. The real-life result of Sonny's and Kira's hallucination is a new club called Xanadu. The movie is suddenly a cartoon now. Sonny and Kira finally take the weirdness to the next level with another musical number by totally leaving this world behind and slipping into an animated fantasy land. Xanadu has been adapted for the stage. The cult following for Xanadu proved strong enough to merit a stage adaptation. The fact that this movie even survived is weird. Films as utterly bizarre as Xanadu come around only so often.